There you
Sorry,
go.
my phone battery died.
No, no worry, no worry. It's okay. It's absolutely fine because we're taking so much of your time. Even the phone doesn't know how to keep up.
Yeah.
So all the guys in the previous session, if we missed out any of the questions that you had posted, because we refreshed the screen, so we've lost the questions. So just repost the questions again so that we can get to them. There you go now, Adil. That first question comes from Avani Prashant's father or Avani Prashant in Bangalore. It says, "Hi Adil, what are the main differences between the American courses and the Asian courses? What
I
are the
think
differences between the American and the Asian?" Yeah. Okay.
both type of courses have their own certain characteristics and their own things which are difficult. They pose as challenges, but I think American courses, there's no such thing as like one type of American course. There's so much variety in American courses. There's a lot of variety of different grasses in America. Like on the West
Right.
Coast, you get a lot of Guiana grass, which is in Torrey Pines, Pebble Beach. Grass it grows straight up. Then in the Middle East, Texas, Arizona, it's a lot of bent grass, which is, it can get really, really fast on bent grass conditions. Then on the East Coast, again have like TPC sawgrass, Ponta Vedra, so many different types of grass. So Asia mostly I have seen is Bermuda and bent. So Asia is a bit more easy to handle with because it's a similar type of grass, but
Right.
still, I mean, Asian courses are as challenging as they come. They make us play a bit easier conditions, like they don't always put the most difficult flags, they don't always make us play from the tips, but like American courses are very challenging if they tweaks little things, like if they put flag positions over a lip or right over the bunkers. American courses can really have a high scoring events.
They can really test you because they kind of position the tees in such a way that you have to fly 270 on the fly, 280 on the
Yeah,
fly,
so I would give an example. I was playing the Junior World Cup at Torrey Pines, and number three is the downhill par three, which is the a very
Right.
iconic hole of Torrey Pines. So first day, there are six tees on that par three. So the shortest one plays about 110 yards, and the longest one goes back to 230 yards. First day
Right.
I played, I teed off from the second tee ahead, and I had about 130 yards to a very difficult flag on the extreme left side. So I had to actually hit towards the middle of the green and have like a 20-footer because I could
Right.
not. The green is too short there. Next day the tee was completely back, but the flag was extremely right. Which is the safest flag, and I hit 3 wood to 5 feet. So America offers that kind of experience. It's very vast and you really have to adapt to any sort of situation.
I think Avani is very used to that because she plays a lot of her golf in America as well, and she's done pretty well in America. So that's good. Okay, another question coming in from a young player, 16-year-old Vedant Sirohi. How were you in your studies in class 12 and class 10? Is what he asked you.
So I was the sort of kid who, would study 2 nights before an exam and get an 80. Whenever I had an exam coming up, I used to lock myself in, study for 10 hours and just manage somehow. And of course, a little help from friends and teachers, help me with notes and, all the stuff which teacher gave throughout the session. But I think I think education was something which, because both my mom and dad are PhDs. I also, a journalist once asked me, both your mom and dad are PhDs, and what they expect from you. I was like, उन्होंने मेरा कोटा कर दिया. They've
Let me
done,
play golf. मुझे golf
yeah,
खेलने
they've
दो.
done enough for one generation ahead to not study that much. But studying was, I think, again, I had good friend circle, help me with studies, so it was a bit easier for me. And plus, my school was also very supportive. But now, I'm studying in UCLA. Things are online. Still have to catch, because in Indian education, you can not study the whole semester, and just with 1 week of study, you can pass. or you can get good grades. But American education is sort of like you have to do work every week. If you fall behind a week, you have you have to do double the amount of work. So it's very challenging. It's a new challenge that I'm facing, but still getting used to this life.
So that means you are still pursuing your education. You have never left it. So
No,
you're
no, yeah.
pursuing your
I'm
education.
studying. I'm majoring in kinesiology. Kinesiology is the degree which physiotherapists do. So
Right.
I'm learning so many things about the body mechanics, body functions, and stuff which actually would help me in my career. So I'm glad that I found such a good course, which I have gained so much knowledge about, human body in general, that, a lot of myths which we used to hear as a child, or, just like old people used to say, just as a, like as a,
Hmm.
because it was accepted widely, but a lot of myths have been, scientifically proven wrong.
Correct. Absolutely. I agree with you there. Even in golf, lots of myths have been being busted because of technology and advancement in research here, right? And I
Right.
think the study of the human body has come a long way, and it has also given us these huge insights into golf, even with pressure plates and all, like you've seen, the difference between pressure and mass shift, how it's working, what people used to earlier suggest weight transfer. I mean, it's not exactly weight transfer. There's a lot of other things involved in it, and it's just not a
Yeah.
pure side to side movement like you've now
Yeah.
worked. I mean, I think you're working with someone in America as well, in your golf coaching and stuff like that. So I
Yes, so
think you must have.
when I went to America when I was 14, I found a coach. We had he had same line of vision as Jesse sir. So that the transition was a bit easier for me, because he taught the same, like his ideology about golf was in line with what I had learned throughout childhood.
Right,
So, but I felt that it was time to make a shift to a higher level coach, because he's played the PGA himself, and
right.
he has that experience. He's played all the majors. He's won the Bay Hill Invitational, so he has that feeling of what's it like to be at the top level. So I think we have been with him since about 4 years now, and it's really helpful to learn from him in all sorts of aspects of the game.
So big shout out to Bob Byman there. So I think he's helped you out a lot, and thanks to him that we have you performing your best, and you're so educated, you know what to do. Well done. Okay, next question we go to. What was going through your mind? This is exciting. What was going? Can you hear me, Adil? Hello? Can you hear me, Adil?
Yes, sir. Now I can.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was going through your mind before you chipped in to win the Bengal Open? Now, for all the guys who don't know, Adil tied for the lead after 4 days, and he went into a six-hole playoff with the hottest player in India, which is Udayan Mane, and he made a chip in on the last hole, on the sixth playoff hole, to win. So tell us a bit more about that.
So, uh, where do I start? Um, I think the 18th hole in regulation was actually the toughest hole for me, because
I think Adil's phone battery again gave up, so we'll just wait for Adil to rejoin. I'll just send him another message. We won't cut off our session, but we'll wait for Adil to come back. We'll come to all your questions. I can see already there are lots of questions lined up. So I think Mr. Siroi has answered your question. He's following a course in kinesiology from UCLA. Okay. Okay, the process of the sixth hole playoff is coming up. Okay, here you go, Adil Bedi. Done. KK, how you doing, KK?
Sorry, sir. I use all my
Right.
data till about in the afternoon only, so switch to Wi-Fi now.
Good. That's better. Yeah. Perfect. Super.
Yeah.
Tell me.
So with a quick backstory on the playoff. So Jamshedpur was the last event of 2019 season, and I was playing with Udayan and Chirag, and Udayan won that event. But if you played Jamshedpur, you would know that number 4 and number 12 easiest holes on the course, and sure shot birdie holes, drivable par fours. And on the last day, I made double on 4 and I made triple on 12. So, and I lost that event by 4 shots. So I
Wow.
felt that, I gifted that event to them. Even though I finished like, I think sixth or something. But, in my mind, I had that, because, 5 shots on birdie holes, that's like a 7 shot swing. So I had that sort of like a sense of revenge in my mind, which made things, better after I won it. But 18th hole in regulation was the toughest because the 18th hole, I haven't liked that hole since childhood. I played a lot of golf there, but just the angle of that hole is not doesn't feel right because the tee is slightly at an angle, then you have to hit it, and the trees are shaped in such a way that you have to really hit a perfect shot just from the right edge of the trees.
Right.
So 18th hole in regulation, I just pulled my ball a bit and it landed in a disastrous lie and couldn't do much out of there. Made a bogey, and after the first playoff hole, I think it was almost like we were playing a practice round. So after the first playoff hole, no nerves. Like if you've seen that movie, The Legend of Bagger Vance, crowds
Yeah.
slowly diminish, and
Yeah.
it's just
And
it's
you
just
get
you,
that.
yeah, it's just you and your player and your ball. So I
That's
think
right.
I like, as psychologists call them going in the zone.
Tunnel vision. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we both were in a fantastic mental space, we're just playing each other, not focusing like every time, every hole offered such a new, like either one of us had to make a good up and down or make a long putt, and crowd went, absolutely nuts. But match play is it's more of, you playing the man. You're not playing golf as much. It's you versus him. Like in stroke plays, you versus you mostly.
Right.
So, but match play is a completely different experience. So, second hole I saved, brilliant up and down, made a like a 10-footer. Then third hole again made a 10-footer. Fourth hole made a 30-footer for birdie. Then fifth hole again made a 10-footer for par, and then sixth hole
Wow.
made a chip in. But I think like at no point I was ready to, like the only thought which going in my mind was that don't lose it on a bogey. That would hurt a lot. At least make par, and if he wins by birdie, that I can live with that. But 18th is not an easy par three, and
No.
so on the 18th, the at the sixth hole they changed the flag from back right to front left because they felt that we might be all night here if it's the same flag. But they changed the flag to front left, which is a much more accessible pin. So, and for the back flag, I was in between clubs, so I always used like a shorter club because if I was between 5 and 6 iron, so my 5 iron would have gone longer. Plus, with adrenaline and the pressure, everything goes a bit longer. So every time I tried to, just pump a 6 iron just an extra bit, and it wasn't that comfortable. But the front left flag was actually a perfect six for me, and I just pushed it
Right.
light, just slightly, but I didn't mind because I didn't short side myself. I had a lot of green to work with. And first day, actually, that was the same flag on the first day, and I was in exactly the same spot, and I used my sand wedge, and because that the green is kind of like a shell-shaped green,
Yeah. That's right.
so I hit a pretty good chip. It landed hard and went by 3 feet. So I knew I had that memory that it's very hard. So I used a 60-degree instead of my sand wedge, and I landed it at the same spot. And in video it looks like it might stay short, but I knew that the edge of the green is very hard, so it will get that roll, and luckily went in.
Wow. So as luck would have it, you had already seen that shot before, and the first round actually helped you out. You had
Yeah.
some extra help there. So that's, I guess, what is fate. We were in that position, and that pin suddenly got changed, and things actually fell in your way. And I think that's what we call destiny. And I think you're destiny's child for sure, my friend.
Thank you,
Uh,
sir. Thank you.
okay, another quick question coming up. Your favorite PGA player and the reason. And
So,
when is he expecting to playing a four ball with him? I mean, when do you want to play with that favorite PGA player? Because you're young, and your favorite PGA player can't be that old.
so I would say out of the current lot, like present day, would be it's hard to pick a player like this. So many good players, but I think like my all-time favorite would always be Tiger. There's no debate about that. But out of the younger like the younger generation, I think Justin Thomas is quite a player.
JT.
JT, yeah, I followed him since I've actually watched him play twice. So
Wow.
just his entire personality, how he carries himself and everything about him is, very commendable. So I think JT would be my favorite out of the younger lot.
Yeah, he's full of energy. I've seen him make a hole in one in front of me in America, and it was phenomenal. The kind of energy that man has is unreal.
Plus, it's actually, like the extremely younger lot, like Joaquin Niemann, Matthew Wolf, Victor Hovland, actually played same tournaments with these guys. So it's so inspirational that, like Rehan Thomas, he was in the Asian Games as well, and we were playing the British Amateur. And because they both are from the same college, Oklahoma,
Right.
so we both missed cuts, and Rehan actually carried for Victor Hovland for 2 rounds, and I walked like as their water boy. So I've seen like him 2 feet, and I've walked 2 rounds with him. And Joaquin, I've actually played 3 rounds with Joaquin in the IMG World Cup, and he won that event. So I've seen Akshay Bhatia. You might know. He's
Yeah, yeah,
also
of course.
he's also
Lefty.
coming up. I've played so much golf. Like I know him since we were 12, 13. So it's actually very inspirational to see actually like people my age they're playing on the PGA Tour, and so it's very inspiring, and I mean that makes me want to do more.
Yeah, because you're the first few junior golfers who actually went into junior golf much earlier and played the world junior events a lot to actually know the guys who are right there and the hottest players in the world. And you're actually part of them. You're just not on that tour yet. And that's just a matter of time. And you just get there and you'll still find your friends and all the guys who actually competed in your own age groups, 12 and under, 14 and under. You've seen these guys and played with them. So you'll actually be at the PGA Tour and under division very soon. Very good. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, so next question we come up to is well, we've covered most of these questions, but there's someone who's asking you for some fitness tips as well as some people asking you from their perspective as a junior golfer that Adil Bhaiya, what does a routine practice day look like? What does your routine practice day look like?
Um, so I would say because things are different from in season to off season. Because if as professional golfers we don't get much of an off season except this quarantine current time,
Right.
but we only get a couple of weeks in a year, to actually work on fitness apart from golf. Because playing golf all year round, you have so many tournaments you can play in. So as a junior, take full advantage of that because you're not playing as many events as the pros do. As last year I played 26 events. That's like half of the year just on tournaments.
Right.
And so it's very, very difficult to manage your fitness and golf together because you have to be physically and mentally fresh if you have to play your best. You can't afford to be sore or you can't afford to be mentally exhausted and you show up on a tournament. So learn how to manage your time and know what your body requires. Because if your body requires a certain period of rest, give it. Don't try to fight it. So I think what a day in my, I'll tell you a day in quarantine what it looks like. I wake up at around 8. which is very early for some kids my age. But I'm just not used to waking up at 11, 12. But I wake up at 8. I go for a jog or a cycling, like a cardio session, and then I come back. I do my studies from the college website, and that takes about 2 hours. And then I hit some balls. Before doing my stretching and stuff, I go hit some balls, eat lunch, then I do some putting or short game depending on what I'm feeling. Then workout. I actually work out like 4 hours in the evening, like different sessions, but take out at least 4 hours, because I think I need that amount of time to take my fitness to the next level. So that takes about 3 to 7. Then 7, come back home, Netflix and chill, talk to some friends, and then I'm sleep by 11 max.
Right, fantastic, great. So another question comes up. You've been working with some of these equipment companies for some time now, various ones that you've been associated with, and some people which stand out. And what is part of your bag right now? Something will help a lot of viewers who are asking that question.
So I was with Mizuno until last year. I was under contract with them. So 13 out of 14 clubs were of Mizuno. But this year I decided that I'll go like a free agent. I'll put all the clubs of my choice of different brands. So right now my bag, what's look like, I have Callaway Driver, which is an Epic Flash. I have a Callaway 3-wood, again Epic Flash. I still have a Mizuno Hybrid, and I have Mizuno irons from pitching to 4, the JPX 919s Pros. Then I have Mizuno wedges. Then I have a PXG putter.
Lovely,
So
fantastic. Those are good clubs.
yeah, so I think I I felt that because no one company makes all 14 clubs like world class. Like if any company is good in woods, they might not be as good as that in wedges. Or if some company makes very good irons, they might not have great woods. So it's a very difficult to have one company and stick to that. But I decided that this year I'll try to experiment with. So I have no thoughts. I could have done better, but because of my contract, I could not. So this year I tried every club, lot of fitting done. I was in the US January, so a lot of different brands tested, and these were the brands which actually suited me the best. And I think my numbers are improved vastly. Like every sector of the game has shown great improvement just by switching equipment and just small little tweaks which were made.
And it's great of you to say that. And something I'll share with you as well, Adil, that as you become a good player and you grow in your profession, the companies will actually start looking out for you, and they will support you no matter what you do. And it doesn't matter at the end of the day which company it is, whether it's a TaylorMade, Titleist, Callaway, Mizuno. At the end of the day, they will create the product that you would like. They will fit you to the product, and they will pay you good money for it. And at the end of the day, you will be carrying the bag and wearing the hat of the company which pays you the most. Because, right up there on the PGA Tour, at that level where you're getting to, everyone is high end and on the cutting edge of technology. And they know exactly how to get the most out of your equipment. And it's just a matter of time till you get there and someone asks you, okay, I'm going to offer you so much. And someone else comes and tells you, okay, Adil, a few $1 million more. So best of luck to that, Adil, and let the money decide who you're going to play for soon enough. And because I think all equipment at the end of the day at that level is
Is the same.
fantastic stuff. Yeah, it's fantastic
I
stuff.
think
All of them.
equipment is also a lot with personal feel. Like
Right.
what I feel personally is, at like every equipment company makes club for amateur golfers, they make club for professional golfers. Like the professional standards, I think they are the same.
No,
Like
I'll have a
like I
different.
I think
Sorry.
irons or woods, like if you scientifically, if you think about it, like the CC of the driver cannot exceed 460. So the recoil the scientific, like if you get to know it on a scientific level, you know, you cannot make a club which has better ball speed than another driver. Like you can tweak some technology, aerodynamics, you know, you can twist the CG, or you know, so many things which all these companies do, but it's a lot of it is associated with personal feel. Like some clubs you just look down and you just feel good, even if it's not a mainstream brand. And sometimes, you know, you look at the most unconventional wood and that also feels good. So there's no scientific right way to choose your clubs. But obviously, if you offered a contract, and I think at the high level, you know, no company is better or bad, but all companies are great.
Yeah, all of them are good. All of them are good. You're right. How does one recover from a result of a tournament that didn't go the way we expected?
Um, I think what I did through the years was, after a bad tournament or a bad stretch of tournaments, I just completely like left golf for 2 days. You know, didn't touch a club, workout as because luckily I put my anger in workouts, so that's a healthy way of taking out anger. But
Yeah.
you know, if you have like good amount of time to recover, you know, there's so many things to de-stress yourself. And you know, talk to your friends, go out with friends, talk to your family, watch movies, listen to songs, work out. So much, because if you keep immediately after your tournament, if you keep thinking about your tournament, it's just gonna, the downward spiral's gonna begin.
Right, right,
So it's important to, you know, remember what you did wrong. That's very important, but don't beat yourself up to it.
right.
So everything should be like, let's say, um, like if you finish your tournament on Sunday and you have 2 weeks to, you know, till your next tournament, take Monday off, you know, completely relax. Tuesday, go back to the range and then decide, you know, okay, what actually went wrong? Where should I need to change or, you know, improve? Or sometimes it's just things which you didn't do enough. Like it's not something you have to change, you just have to dig in deeper.
Right, right. Super. Okay, Adil, I think I've taken a lot of your time and we've asked you so many questions, but I would definitely want to also have on the show next to you someone who supported you for all this while and he's planned every bit of your movement. If you can
Yeah.
go run and get him from the other room, that'll be
Yeah.
great. So guys, here we are about to welcome someone who's seen this right from the beginning, someone who's already seen a step ahead. And there he is, the man himself, Harry. How are you, Harry? And I
Hey.
was just introducing you. No, you won't need that. So I was just introducing you as a person who's always been a step ahead of what Adil has done in his life. And that step ahead was always because you planned it, you saw the future, you knew what was about to come, and you kind of plugged that leak for Adil. So tell us a bit about your journey with your son, because that's a very important part of where Adil is right now. And thank you for getting him there, Adil. And I believe that you're going to be with him throughout on this journey for a bit longer.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It started as a babysitter, like most of the father in India do.
I think Harry just toppled the phone over. There you go. You're okay? All right.
Oh yeah.
I think your son has to take care of it when it comes to technology now.
No. नहीं चलानी है, बैटरी की बेटा लगा दे। No, sorry.
Got it. No worry.
Huh?
Perfect.
Yeah. Is it okay?
Super. Yeah, yeah, absolutely fine, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, it started as a babysitter when he was 3 year old. Like my wife was a bureaucrat and she had a very tough office day, and my office was in my house only. So I used to work for 2 hours or maybe max 3 hours, and then he used to come back from the what do you call kindergarten schools and start
Yeah.
jumping around in the whole city. I was around 40 miles from the Chandigarh. Then my afternoon, most of the time I used to play with my officer colleagues, and I spent most of the time in Chandigarh. And when I started playing my golf, he always started insisting me to take me with him. So this is how he started ending up traveling with me every day before he actually started golf. And he started watching me playing golf with my friends and started enjoying the end of the day with my friends and officers and police friends. So when he turned 4, he started insisting, I will also walk with you, and I will not sit in the clubhouse. I will start walking with you, with your friends. So he started actually walking at the age of 4, and then he started insisting that I should buy him a club and of his size so that he can also hit some balls. So he was no more interested in my Coke and chips I used to offer him to sit there for 2 hours and wait for me. So when he actually around 5, he had his club from Pauline shop, and then he started hitting the ball. He was hitting like a pure straight shots, which was like unusual. I was watching the other kids, so how do they play? But he was maybe playing in his mind for last 2 years or maybe 1.5 year as a babysitter. I just took him to the Jassi Garewal sir. Then I said, sir, can you see him? Can he play golf? He immediately recognized that he has a gifted hand-eye coordination because he was having a football, cricket, and then other stuff in the school to do all the things. Then he immediately recognized that he has a good hand-eye coordination. Let him put him in under proper structured training program from the age of 5. Then the rest is the history. This is how he started golf.
Wow, 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 Harry. And tell me something, how has your role been all these years, and what is it that you've looked out for him? Him emerging as a player, and in the future also, where do you see him, and how do you advise other parents to plan?
As a parents, I was his supervisor, I was his like babysitter. Then I had to go up with all the coaches. Like we try to build a team which is helping in all part of the department. Like I was aware that because I myself was a cricket player at the university level, I knew the how athlete should be look like, and what kind of nutrition he should go through, what kind of stamina, endurance, fitness, skin,
Ji.
motion joints, and then the sports psychology. What does it play? How big a role it can play if you have a professional team around him. So when he was 7 or 8, we started putting up a team together around him. As a father or as a parent, you can see I was always listening to every coach. He used to teach him that whatever he's teaching him, I should note it down in my diary, or I made a
Right.
notes. I made a videos. I made a the WhatsApp the notes, and then take a printout and give him a printout. And we made a huge the notebooks like printout from the computer. I go back. A 6-year child cannot type on the computer and take a printout what coach tells him to do.
Right,
So
right.
we made a diaries and then taken a printout over the year and year and year. Then we suddenly realized that these small instructional things which we gather from different people, we put up together. As a father, I was custodian to do that kind of data for him. So then
Right.
I make sure that he repeat the same data when he go to the golf course. Even I used to teach, I used to tell him that this is not the kind of stuff Justice sir used to tell you.
Right, right. So
So
correct him at all times, yeah.
I could
Recollect.
recollect the things. Basically, I was basically presenting him the data so that he can make a repeatability of the things in the golf.
Right, right.
So I was basically not a coach. I was monitoring his overall performance as a performance coach. I put together everybody's information together, put it in my diary, and then used to tell him that, okay, here, look here, this is not matching what we coach tell you to do. That was my main job during this entire journey.
Super stuff, super stuff. I mean, you've been more than a father to him. You're more of a performance manager, as you rightly put it, and you were just basically getting everything together for him. You were his media manager, you were his nutritionist, you were his fitness guy. You looked into everything. In fact, I also remember you actually going and started learning the technicalities of the game, giving exams to go pass yourself as a certified instructor yourself. I think you've done a lot of research on that, haven't you?
Yeah, it started with you when I came to you a couple of
I remember.
decades
I
back.
remember.
Then you told us that this is the TrackMan. is the you who introduced us to the TrackMan. I being a scientist, I did my doctorate in civil engineering. I could
Right.
immediately recollect the things that these are the things, this is the future.
That's
So
right.
slowly, I started making a plan that this kit should be introduced to the technology part. Slowly, we introduced the sensor. Slowly we introduced the leveler.
Right.
Slowly, we introduced the station from which he can stand comfortably with the square to square things. Into out path, out to in path. I made a device, a kind of program, gadgets around him, strings with the keys and with the markers, with the rods, so that he should be standing perfectly 90 degree to the ball. He should understand
Right.
his feet, left feet, right feet should not be away from the position, that he should stand perfectly right. That was the basic thing. I was being a civil engineer, I used to tell him. Then I introduced a water level to the green technology.
That's right.
Then again,
That's right.
again, it was you who told us to the aim point and all. Then I converted that aim point into civil engineering. I went back to the bubble level, water level. So
I know. I
we
saw you using it in classic golf club.
yeah,
Yeah.
so then we started devised very unique kind of technology, like mixing with the aim point, mixing with the civil engineering, that how we calculate the gradients and how you would look at the like these 2 fingers, 3 fingers.
Right.
So
Right.
then we made our own technology. We had that green breaker, so that gives you the fair amount of idea of how the ball will break. Then we started the best part. We 14-year-old, 13-year-old cannot understand the break and all. Then I used to take him to the ground in the morning before the dew drops cleans by the greenkeeper. So let's have a 25, 35, 30 parts or 40 parts. And let's this ball make a print on the green. And
Right.
this is how you
Right.
will read that how the ball breaks. So
Yeah. The
we
lines which
collect
come up in the dew. Yeah. Yeah.
line
Right.
come up is when you go early in the morning before the
Right.
greenkeeper cleans
Right.
the green. So
Correct.
that data, we have taken thousands of reading in the mind, then take that took reading to the to your drawing room. Then that drawing room, in fact, this TrackMan 4 comes with the brake element. It
Right.
comes with the
Right.
brake element. So when you put the TrackMan, then again you get a digital information. Plus water level is the one instrument which used worldwide, which will give you the level. This is how we make a bathroom slopes, terrace slopes, and the floor slopes. So I try to buy a couple of digital slope levels. So then I incorporated all the aim point information, water level information, and this digital information together, and devised our own unique technique to read the greens. So he
Right.
was telling me after the 6-hole play of Dad, I was looking at the cup was 1 feet wide. I was putting the putt at my will.
Wow. Fantastic, sir. Well done. Well done, sir.
So it's
Okay.
all
Another question.
technology. You introduced as TrackMan, then sensor, then slowly, it came up as a big team.
Okay, now the next question, very important question again for parents to know from you. And this is something that you've done. You've sacrificed a lot. I know what you've done. People might not, but I already know what you have done and how you managed Adil's career. So the question is, what do you suggest the ways to arrange finances, considering the considerable expenses in pursuing golf by a child till he turns pro? So Harry, more from you firsthand, what you did.
ਉਹ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ ਕਹਾਣੀ ਹੈ, ਇੱਕ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ ਕਹਾਵਤ ਹੈ ਕਿ ओलंपिक खेलनी है या एशियन गेम खेलनी है तो घर फूक तमाशा देख। इसका मतलब ये होता है हिंदी में कि you have to burn your house to just have the glamour, that how the beautiful fire is. So I decided very early in my career that if somebody supports us, perfectly fine. If somebody does not sports, the show will go on.
Well done.
I have to take a third job in the evening. Then we have to sell our property. We have to sell our agricultural land. We have to sell our couple of houses I own. So मैंने भी ठान ली कि शो नहीं बंद करना. कोई करे हेल्प तो बढ़िया बात है, नहीं करे तो भी चलेगा. ये शो चलना चाहिए.
Super, so sir.
In a way, I had a belief in a child, you can say, or I had an intuition that ये पैसे की वजह से ना शो नहीं रुकना चाहिए. Like my dad used to tell me, यार ये क्रिकेट बॉल 18 रुपए की, I cannot afford to buy you. You leave this cricket, leave this university cricket and go to the engineering, do your stuff, get a gold medal and go to the civil service and do some stuff. I have other children to grow up. So
true.
My dad always encouraged me to be a sports person, but at the end of the day, finances would came in between. So I told him, भाई मेरे पियो ने तो दी नहीं बॉल, तेरे को मैं लेके दूंगा जरूर.
Super, super.
So this is how एक जिद थी, एक जुनून था घर में कि करना है कुछ.
And you've done it, sir. You've done it on every way, whether people liked it, didn't like it, you didn't give a shit. You went on doing whatever you felt was right. And I completely support you from the beginning. We've had a lot of conversations, and I
Yes.
knew that what you were doing will definitely bear fruit because you had the right ingredients, you had the right fertilizer, and you have really got him where he is today. And thank you so much for delivering him.
No doubt, money is an important factor, but how to spend that money wisely is you have ethics, you have a honesty, you wanted to, you have a desire as well. So the people start chipping in. Like suddenly I got a call from the Virat Kohli. Hey, Mr. Bedi, we want to talk to you and we want to support your child. I was virtually to the tears. I said, रोटी तो हम घर भी खाते हैं यार, कोई ऊपर की बात करोगे, ऐसा टाइम मेरा वेस्ट मत करो. इंडिया में तो गोल्फ हम भी खेलते थे, बाहर की बात करोगे, अमेरिका की बात करनी है तो सिंगापुर की बात करनी है. Then whatever I told him in the first instance, I didn't know he is recording my talk, and he exactly did what I went when I spelled a couple of words before I actually went into conversation. I never knew Virat Kohli, I never knew his foundation, so it took वो कहते हैं ना कि आप इरादे बुलंद हो ना तो कायनात अपने आप झुक जाती है अपनी तरफ. So
true, sir,
this
true.
is exactly every resources started falling in place.
True. I think it's a beautiful story.
Yeah, it's even this Shafi College from UCLA campus, they offered him a free scholarship. They gave him a canvas. They gave him online classes. I mean, you can believe he need not to go in the campus. He's getting his education now. And the Bob Beamon came in. He's a PGA superstar player at his own time. He played with Jack Nicklaus. He's an old man now. But he says, Harry, give me...
Sorry, we got lost you at what Bob Beamon said.
Yeah, the Beamon told me that he said clearly that, Harry, just give me 5 years. I wanted to do the life which I could not do in my own life. He made all the marketing team around in the US. He talked to the different companies. He talked to this MTX guys. He made sure that you will get all the sport, but you're supposed to get at this level. So, I mean, what do you call at the end of my journey? You can call it like everybody is falling in place after हमारी जीत इतनी पक्की थी कि करना है कुछ.
जी.
तो देखते ही देखते काफला बन गया. वो सुनी ना कहावत.
जी, absolutely.
So that this is how it happened. But nothing planned. बस एक जुनून है कि करना है कुछ.
Well, the plan was not visible to you, but definitely you were planning. You know, the passion was right there and it was planning for you. Your mental systems were already getting ahead. You were already putting things into place. You know, you didn't put it down on paper, but it was happening for you for sure. And जो आपने बोला ना,
your technology part था, definitely I played a big role in bringing technology to India. Thanks to Virat also. Thanks to my parents as well. They allowed me to sell my own agricultural land, for which I gave him at $30,000. Then Virat gave me $50,000 back. So, you know, banta gaya kaafla. Bas fir to unstoppable tha. Chal so chal.
It's fantastic. Okay, another question from another parent who's asking you this question. How hard or disciplined were you with Adil during practice?
5, 6, 7 years, I mean, you are just a babysitter. You cannot expect that you do this thing, you that thing. I mean, you cannot take the child to the mathematics laboratory or physics laboratory. It was just fun time. Like we were 40 miles away from Chandigarh, coming afternoon, playing and beer end of the day and go back and sleep. I mean, casual golf. And even in IGU, if you look at the record of IGU people have on their website, we never played more than 5 tournaments in a year. We were very casual, like his mom used to tell him, like, just focus on his study. I don't think so you have extraordinary skills. You never won the match. You are always on the end of the list. So, I mean, we never had a high expectation till he turned 10-year-old. He really wanted to win the matches from his side. Then my job was just to take him to the golf course. But again, if you see the IGU calendar, we never played more than 7 or 8 matches. But because most of the relatives, they are in US, So to see my parents and relative, I generally used to go to US in summer vacations in June, July.
Right. Right.
So I played with the CSR Reddy, US Amateur 2008. We played, we walked with the Tiger Woods. We watched the golf. So from 2008 onward, Adil was six year or 7 year. He never had any, the game kind of stuff. So I used to take him to the US every year. So I make sure that whenever we go there, he should play with these kids. So he should
Right.
know 6 year golf, how it looked like in America, because ultimately the golf is in America or golf is in Europe. Asia, it's just kind of like a baby bloomer. It's just growing. So you don't have that much money that you can survive here for lifetime. If you wanted to earn, if you wanted to spend $100,000, you should earn $1 million. So I made a program with him that annual summer vacation, we go to the parents. This kid spend at least 3 weeks on a tour, but whatever available in the US. So then I've spoken to you about the US kids. You remember, I remember you give us a
Right.
pin code and go and play that. So then Albatross people did nice job. And then again, Optimist and these kind of stuff. I find couple of tournaments there. Then every year he started going there and started playing there. Doesn't matter if he finish at last, make cut or doesn't make a cut. He should go through the, the process. Process was
Right.
highest world standard. Like in India, if you have a 5 people playing, you are second, third, or fourth or fifth. There you have a 250 playing in one category, and you have to have
True.
your game in your shoes. So you cannot compete with 250 guys, and you cannot end up at 250th or 249. So you have to work harder. Then he started working harder. He was, of course, winning in IGU circuit, which was a very comfortable circuit for him throughout his career. But in winning in the US was never easy. It's never been easy. You have been touring yourself with the kids. I can see, for past couple of years. So I made him his brain very clear that this is the level of the golf. If you wanted to be a professional, if you wanted to win the tournaments, you have to win here. Winning in India is no important to you. That's why he's so long, so far. He's grounded. He knows my game is not there to that level. So he's working hard,
Right.
and making the journey harder because he understands how these people plays there. And he was nowhere in the striking. He was nowhere that long with the hitting capacity the kids have. The Naiman and this Akshay Bhatia, all these people, we played more than one time with them. So there's a huge difference between the body structure and the striking capacity and the equipment manufacturing, the coaching, and they have blessed to have every facility. So that kind of environment I basically created around him, which was way more competitive than Indian golf.
Super stuff, sir. Super stuff. Now, I mean, I can be now telling you and sharing with you that we've also got the structured systems very much inside junior golf now. So Indian kids are getting there, and in the last few years, we've developed a lot the Indian junior systems. I mean, personally, privately, I've tried to do a lot of things, a lot of endeavors which have supported junior golf. And yardage specific golf is very much in India now, and it's here to stay. And my crusade against that, has been for a long time. So kids will play the correct environment. People will play. They will qualify for better events in the US. We take them there every year. We take them to other countries in Europe, in Asia, so that they can compete with the best in the world to understand. But what you have created, both of you, the guy behind you sitting over there on your shoulder, I think you've done a great job over there, Harry. And thank you,
You also
Adil.
played, you played a big role to bringing these the latest know-how, like you are introducing. I saw you doing it, the stuff at ITC, and you are introducing that T system and the coloring system, 7-year-old, 9-year-old, 11-year-old. I mean,
Right, sir.
I'm talking about 2007, 8, 9, or 10 when Adil was of that age. I mean,
Right, sir.
thank God that you brought that system here. But I mean, these juniors, as good as anybody can win a World Cup in America because now they are in the safe and I feel. But in 2008, if you imagine that 2008, 9, 10, 11, we were struggling to get this kind of system. If we talk to our senior like Irfan Lahiri, Chikarangappa,
They
and
didn't have
all
it.
this stuff, they didn't have.
Yeah.
And Adil was lucky he has little better than. And you are bringing the best. So I mean that's the beginning. This is how somebody has to take a lead to start the things. Now I think the juniors nowadays working for RBG, working under your guidance, Delhi, you are showing them a path. You are showing them a system. I mean, you can. There is only one gold medalist in a class. Rest are the, you know, the degree holder, and there are some of them are the backbencher also. So you cannot break that hierarchy. But I'm very sure you will create couple of gold medalists in the game, and they will win the major, or they will win the USPGA tour.
आपके मुंह में घूस ही शक्कर सर, इंडिया को तरक्की और मिले सर. Thank you so much for that, Harry, and thank you, Adil. Thank you for being here today. I think we've had a lot of fun, enjoyed your company, and we've got to share everything that you and your father have done and what you're going to do for the nation. And best of luck on your career. And thank you for being here. But remember, at this time, we need to support all the guys who can't make it on their own. This is the time of coronavirus. We have to think about all the guys who help us in our clubs, people who can't make the kind of money or have the reserves. We need to send out food help or financial help to them. So as much as possible, all the guys tuned in over here, please try to help everybody during these tough times. And I'm sure Adil and Harry are doing their bit from Chandigarh, and we should do all the same wherever we are based out of. And thank you for being here, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Harry.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Adil. Bye-bye. Bye.